the judge temporarily without words and left Bass.
Are you serious?
I have seen you. Back again. Station the county jail.
Soto sentenced to 30 days in the county jail.
10 days for contempt of court. You go now.
It all started back in 2009, when Bass Webb was arrested for attempted murder. He was accused of trying to run over his girlfriend Sabrina Vaughn with his truck in Bourbon County, Kentucky. But that wasn't the end of Webb's troubles. While in custody, Webb got into even more hot water. In July 2009, he was charged with murder for allegedly killing his ex-girlfriend, Bria Runewich, in Harrison County.
Left the judge temporarily without words and left Bass.
Now, here's where things get crazy. On November 5th, 2009, Webb was in court for a preliminary hearing about the attempted murder charge. Judge Vanessa Dickinson was presiding over the case. Webb must have been in a foul mood because he did something unexpected. He spat right at Judge Dickinson. You can imagine the shock in the courtroom. Were you spitting at a judge? That's a big no-no. The cops quickly grabbed him and hustled him out of there. Judge Dickinson, understandably upset, declared a recess. When court resumed, she had Webb brought back in and charged him with contempt. She gave him a 6-month sentence for the spitting incident, to be served on top of whatever other time he might get for his other charges.
Surveillance video from the Bourbon County Jail barreled down on 2 jailers, hitting and nearly killing them.
But Webb wasn't done causing trouble. In August 2010, while in jail awaiting trial, he tried to escape by ramming a police cruiser with a jail transport van. As the case progressed, more details about Webb's past emerged. It turned out he had a history of violence against women. He was eventually charged with another murder, that of Sabrina Vaughn, the girlfriend he'd initially been accused of trying to run over. Her remains were found in 2010, but she'd been missing since 2003. In 2014, he was finally convicted of Bria Runewich's murder and sentenced to life in prison, without parole for 25 years. Throughout all this, Webb gained a reputation as a troublemaker in custody. He had several incidents of assaulting jail staff and even tried to escape again in 2011.
In accordance with the laws of the state of Nevada, this court-
So, on January 3, 2024, Deobra Redden was in a Las Vegas courtroom for his sentencing. He was there because of a previous charge of attempted battery with substantial bodily harm. Judge Mary Kay Holthus was handling his case. Now, Redden's lawyer was trying to get him probation. They said he'd been doing well lately, going to school, but Judge Holthus wasn't buying it. She looked at Redden's record and said, "I think it's time he got a taste of something else." That's when things went wild. Redden just lost it. You can see Redden suddenly leap over the judge's bench. He tackles Judge Holthus, and they both disappear behind the desk. It's like something out of an action movie, but real life. The courtroom erupted into chaos. People were screaming, and court marshals rushed to help. They had to wrestle Redden off the judge. It took several people to get him under control. During the scuffle, Redden even bit one of the marshals on the hand. Judge Holthus got knocked into a wall and hit her head. She was left with some bruises and injuries, but thankfully, nothing too serious.
Viral last week, showing Deobra Redden vaulting over the bench of Judge Mary Kay Holthus and then attacking her while she was sentencing him. It took several people to subdue the flying felon, and he's now facing 15 new charges.
After this wild incident, Redden faced a whole new set of charges. He was hit with 7 felony counts, including attempted murder. Yeah, they're not messing around with this one.
In anticipation of me appointing the public defender to represent him, there are multiple media requests. There were multiple orders that were signed in initial appearance court. I have amended several media orders to not allow live streaming because I do not allow live streaming. So to the extent initial appearance...
On January 4th, Redden appeared in court again, this time before a different judge. He was in chains and surrounded by a bunch of officers. No chances were taken this time. The new judge set his bail at $54,000 and ordered a mental health evaluation.
Was sentenced today to up to 4 years in prison for an unrelated case. Deobra Redden stood in court in shackles with a mask on his face and orange mitts on his hands. The sentence was handed down by the same judge that...
Now, here's where things get wild. On June 26, 2023, Zeeler was in court for his sentencing hearing. He was sitting next to his court-appointed attorney, Kevin Shirley. Everything seemed normal at first. But then, out of nowhere, Zeeler did something crazy. It happened so fast that everyone was shocked.
I'm calm. Are you okay?
I'm fine.
I'm relaxed. I'm calm. Relax.
I used to box. I've taken a lot better shots than that.
Yeah, well, I'm not.
Bailiffs rushed to restrain Zeeler. His lawyer, Shirley, stumbled back, holding his face. He later said he thought his nose might be broken. After this outburst, the judge removed Zeeler from the courtroom. They brought him back in when things calmed down, this time with extra security. The sentencing went ahead as planned. The judge followed the jury's recommendation. He sentenced Zeeler to death for each of the murders. Zeeler also got life sentences for sexual battery and burglary charges.
Sentenced. Police say that in May of 2018, a woman dropped her car off at a car dealership in Seattle's Ballard neighborhood, and while she was in the bathroom, they say Christopher Teal barged in and sexually assaulted her. Dealership employees helped her escape and captured Teal. Today, the judge handed down a sentence of 8.5 years to life in prison for first-degree rape and unlawful imprisonment.
In August 2018, a woman worked late at a car dealership in Ballard. That's when Christopher Teal, a 33-year-old homeless man, allegedly broke in. When the police got there, they found Teal still at the scene. They arrested him right away. The victim was taken to the hospital for treatment and to collect evidence. Now he's likely to face additional charges for the courtroom attack.
So you're being charged with possession of Xanax, B-A-R-S. I don't know what that is. What is that?
Xanax bars. That's how they're referred to.
Xanax bars. All right.
So, are you working?
Yes.
How much money are you making a week, approximately?
Approximately about $200 a week.
Okay, and do you own any property of value? A house, a car, bank account, significant amounts of jewelry?
Yes.
What do you own?
I own a lot of jewelry, all right, as well as
Go ahead.
a car.
Well, how much would you say your jewelry is worth? It's not a joke, you know. We are not in a club now.
Okay, but it's
we are not in a club. Be serious about it.
I'm serious about it. You just made me
I can
laugh.
see you're serious, all right.
You just made me laugh. I apologize.
It's all right. How much is your jewelry worth?
It's worth a lot of money.
Like what?
Like,
A simple bond hearing turned into a month behind bars, just like that. Penelope Soto, an 18-year-old from Miami, was arrested for possession of Xanax. Nothing too out of the ordinary so far, right? Well, things got interesting when she showed up for her bond hearing. The hearing was being held via video link, with Soto at the jail and Judge Jorge Rodriguez Chomat in the courtroom. From the start, Soto seemed a bit off. She was giggling and playing with her hair. When the judge asked about her jewelry, trying to figure out her assets, Soto said her jewelry was worth a lot of money. The judge wasn't impressed.
Yes.
Okay, 5,000 on count one, and then the rest should be ROR.
The judge is now determining the amount of Soto's bond.
Count one would be 5,000 per hour.
And sentenced her to 30 days in jail. Taylor Shabusiness's case is a pretty gruesome one. It all started in February 2022 in Green Bay, Wisconsin. She was accused of killing her friend, Shad Therian, during a drug-fueled sexual encounter. But it gets worse. She allegedly dismembered his body and scattered the parts around. The police found Therion's head in a bucket at his mother's house. When they caught up with Shabiznes, they found more body parts in her van. She was charged with first-degree intentional homicide, mutilating a corpse, and sexual assault. Fast forward to February 14, 2023. Shabiznes was in court for a competency hearing. Her lawyer, Quinn Jolly, asked the judge to delay the trial, saying they needed more time to prepare. The judge agreed to push it back 2 months. That's when things went crazy. Shabiznes suddenly lunged at her own lawyer, Jolly. She tackled him and they both went down. A deputy quickly jumped in to restrain her. After this outburst, Shabiznes was removed from the courtroom. However, the judge decided to proceed with jury selection anyway. These shocking incidents remind us of the unpredictable nature of courtroom proceedings. They highlight the importance of security measures and the challenges legal professionals face. Stay safe, and remember, justice is a serious business. Stay tuned for more true crime stories.